The year is 2023. Across the globe, people are looking forward to new beginnings, but for some, the year will be marked by unprecedented disaster. In the heart of the Americas, a storm is brewing, one that will test the resilience of an entire nation. Hurricane Otis, a name that will soon be etched into the memories of millions, explodes over Mexico's Pacific coast. What began as a mere tropical disturbance rapidly intensifies, catching even seasoned meteorologists off guard. In a matter of hours, Otis transforms from a manageable storm into a monster, a Category 5 hurricane, the most powerful classification on the scale. Winds accelerate with terrifying speed, reaching levels that can tear apart even the strongest structures. Acapulco, once a jewel of the Pacific, renowned for its vibrant culture and stunning coastline, is ripped apart. The city's skyline, once a symbol of prosperity and beauty, is now a silhouette of shattered glass and twisted metal. Winds howl with a relentless fury, uprooting trees and sending debris hurtling through the air. Buildings, some decades old and others newly built, crumble under the immense pressure. The ocean, usually a source of life and leisure, surges inland, flooding streets and swallowing entire neighborhoods. The images that emerge in the aftermath are nothing short of terrifying. Families sift through rubble, searching for loved ones and remnants of their lives. Emergency responders work tirelessly, but the destruction is almost unimaginable. Entire communities reduced to ruins in a single night. Yet for many in the United States, this is a familiar reality. America, a nation of vast resources and technological prowess, finds itself repeatedly facing the brunt of nature's fury. From hurricanes to tornadoes, wildfires to floods, the country is under constant siege by forces beyond human control. Consider this. The United States experiences more tornadoes than any other nation on Earth. Each year, an average of over 1,200 tornadoes touch down, carving paths of destruction through rural farmlands and bustling suburbs alike. These storms can appear with little warning, leaving devastation in their wake. These are not just numbers on a page. Behind every statistic is a family displaced, a community forever changed, and a nation grappling with the ever-present threat of natural disasters. The frequency and intensity of these events serve as stark reminders of the vulnerability that lies beneath America's surface of strength. The United States, a land of diverse landscapes and boundless potential, is also a land uniquely exposed to the awesome power of nature. From the rolling plains of the Midwest to the rugged mountains of the West, every region faces its own set of natural hazards. On the West Coast, the ever-present threat of earthquakes looms large. The San Andreas Fault, a massive crack in the Earth's crust, has the potential to unleash devastation on a scale few can imagine. Cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco live with the knowledge that the next big quake could strike at any moment. Meanwhile, on the East Coast, communities brace for hurricane season each year. Storms fueled by warming oceans grow stronger and more unpredictable, battering the coastline with wind, rain, and deadly storm surges. Entire towns can be wiped out in a matter of hours. Disaster can strike anywhere, anytime. Sirens blare, alerts flash across screens, and in those moments, lives are changed forever. No region is truly safe from the wrath of nature. But why is America, a nation with some of the world's most advanced technology and ample resources, so susceptible to these relentless events? Despite cutting-edge forecasting tools, robust emergency response systems, and a wealth of scientific knowledge, the nation remains vulnerable. The answer lies in a complex interplay of factors. America's vast geography spans multiple climate zones, each with its own risks. Climate change is amplifying the severity and frequency of disasters, while human choices, where we build, how we prepare, and how we respond, shape the impact of every storm, quake, and fire. In this era, the question is not if disaster will strike, but when, and how we will rise to meet the challenge. The United States is vast, a sprawling country encompassing a multitude of climates and terrains. This sheer size plays a significant role in its vulnerability to natural disasters. Consider this: the contiguous United States stretches over 3,000 miles from east to west, and over 1,500 miles from north to south. This vast expanse encompasses everything from towering mountain ranges and expansive plains to scorching deserts and lush forests. Within this diverse landscape, the potential for natural disasters is immense. From the earthquake-prone San Andreas Fault to the tornado-prone Great Plains, each region faces its own unique set of risks. the sheer size of the country also means that weather systems have ample room to develop and intensify. Hurricanes, for example, can travel thousands of miles across the Atlantic Ocean, gathering strength and moisture before slamming into the East Coast. The vastness of the United States, while a source of its beauty and diversity, also makes it a prime target for nature's fury. America's unique geographic location, nestled between the vast expanses of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, is both a blessing and a curse. While these mighty bodies of water have shaped the nation's history, culture, and economy, they also play a significant role in amplifying the country's vulnerability to natural disasters. The sheer size of the United States, stretching from the Atlantic in the east to the Pacific in the west, means that it is constantly exposed to a wide array of weather systems and climatic influences that few other nations experience on such a scale. This precarious position places the country directly in the crosshairs of powerful and unpredictable weather systems that originate in both oceans. These systems, fueled by the immense energy of the surrounding waters, can travel thousands of miles before making landfall, often bringing with them devastating winds, torrential rains, and catastrophic flooding. The United States, therefore, finds itself at the mercy of nature's most formidable forces, with little warning and even less control. Hurricanes, for example, are born from the warm, churning waters of the Atlantic. As these storms gather strength, they become massive engines of destruction, their swirling winds and heavy rains setting their sights on the vulnerable eastern seaboard. Each year, millions of Americans brace themselves for hurricane season, knowing that a single storm can upend lives, destroy homes, and leave entire communities in ruins. The memory of past hurricanes, like Katrina, Sandy, and Harvey, serves as a stark reminder of the immense power these storms wield. The Gulf of Mexico, a warm and shallow body of water nestled along the southern coast, acts as a breeding ground for some of the most intense hurricanes on record. Its warm waters provide the perfect fuel for these storms, allowing them to rapidly intensify before funneling towards the densely populated coastal communities of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. The aftermath is often devastating: widespread flooding, power outages, and a long, difficult road to recovery for those affected. On the opposite side of the country, the Pacific Ocean brings its own set of challenges. Here, the climate patterns known as El Niño and La Niña exert a powerful influence not just on the West Coast, but on weather patterns across the entire globe. These phenomena, driven by changes in ocean temperatures and atmospheric conditions, can dramatically alter rainfall, temperature, and storm activity from year to year, making long-term forecasting a daunting task for meteorologists. El Niño, characterized by warmer-than-average waters in the Pacific, can unleash torrential rains and severe flooding across California and the broader West Coast. Rivers overflow, hillsides give way to mudslides, and entire neighborhoods can find themselves underwater in a matter of hours. The economic toll is staggering, with billions of dollars in damages and countless lives disrupted by these relentless storms. In contrast, La Niña brings cooler-than-average waters to the Pacific, often resulting in the opposite effect: prolonged drought conditions in the American Southwest. Reservoirs dry up, crops wither, and wildfires become more frequent and intense. Communities must grapple with water shortages, agricultural losses, and the ever-present threat of fire, all while hoping for relief that may not come for years. America's position between these two vast oceans, while offering stunning coastlines, abundant natural resources, and access to global trade, also places it squarely in the path of some of the planet's most powerful and unpredictable weather phenomena. From hurricanes and floods to droughts and wildfires, the nation must constantly adapt and prepare for the next disaster. This unique geography is both a source of great opportunity and a recipe for disaster, shaping the lives and destinies of millions who call this land home. Beneath the surface of the United States lies a dynamic and restless Earth, a world in perpetual motion that most of us rarely consider in our daily lives. While the ground may seem stable and unchanging, it is in reality a living, breathing system, constantly shifting and evolving over millions of years. This hidden world is the source of both the beauty and the danger that define the American landscape. The United States sits atop several major tectonic plates, enormous interlocking slabs of the Earth's crust that float atop the semi-molten mantle below. These plates are in a state of constant motion, driven by forces deep within the planet. As they move, they collide, pull apart, and slide past one another, creating immense pressure and energy. The boundaries where these plates meet are zones of incredible geological activity, shaping the land above in dramatic ways. Over countless millennia, this tectonic activity has sculpted the awe-inspiring mountain ranges and breathtaking landscapes that define the American West. The towering Rocky Mountains, the jagged Sierra Nevada, and the volcanic peaks of the Cascades all owe their existence to the relentless movement of the Earth's crust. These natural wonders are a testament to the power and creativity of geological forces, offering both inspiration and a reminder of the planet's raw energy. Yet this same energy that creates such beauty also brings with it significant risks. The United States is one of the most geologically active countries in the world, making it vulnerable to a range of natural disasters. Earthquakes can strike with little warning, toppling buildings and reshaping entire cities. Volcanic eruptions can blanket communities in ash and lava, while tsunamis, triggered by undersea earthquakes, can inundate coastal regions with devastating force. These events are stark reminders that the Earth's power is not always benevolent. One of the most infamous geological features in the United States is the San Andreas Fault. Stretching for nearly 800 miles along the coast of California, this massive fault line marks the boundary between the Pacific and North American plates. It is one of the most studied and closely monitored fault lines in the world, and for good reason. The San Andreas is notorious for its frequent and sometimes violent earthquakes, which have shaped the history and development of California. The movement of the Pacific and North American plates along the San Andreas Fault has triggered some of the most powerful earthquakes in recorded history. The devastating 1906 San Francisco earthquake, for example, destroyed much of the city and claimed thousands of lives. This event remains a sobering example of the destructive potential that lies beneath the surface, and a constant reminder to Californians of the need for preparedness and resilience. But the San Andreas is not the only threat. Further north in the Pacific Northwest lies the Cascadia Subduction Zone, a fault line that poses an even greater risk. This 600-mile-long zone marks the boundary where the Juan de Fuca plate is slowly being forced beneath the North American plate. Unlike the San Andreas, which produces frequent but generally smaller quakes, the Cascadia Subduction Zone is capable of producing truly massive earthquakes, known as megathrust events, that occur only every few centuries. When the Cascadia Subduction Zone finally releases its pent-up energy, it could generate an earthquake of magnitude 9.0 or higher, one of the most powerful natural events on Earth. Such a quake would not only shake the land violently but also trigger a catastrophic tsunami. This wall of water could devastate coastal communities from British Columbia to Northern California, flooding towns, destroying infrastructure, and endangering countless lives. Scientists warn that it is not a question of if, but when, this event will occur. The very ground beneath America's feet, while seemingly solid and unyielding, is in a constant state of flux. Every day, the Earth's plates continue their slow, inexorable dance, building up energy that will one day be released. This ongoing movement is a powerful reminder of the forces at play beneath the surface, forces that have shaped the land for millions of years and will continue to do so for millions more. The wrath of the Earth is both a source of wonder and a challenge to our resilience, urging us to respect the planet we call home.